Are you tired of running out of content ideas? Do you find yourself needing to post something, but you have no idea what to even post about? In this video, I'm gonna share my #1 tip for never running out of content ideas. Hi, I'm Chayla, and I help side hustlers and solopreneurs build unforgettable brands and unshakable self-confidence. I post weekly videos that help you up-level your mindset, grow your business, and create a life that works for you. And today, I'm gonna share my #1 way to never run out of content ideas. I'm just gonna jump right into it. The #1 way to never run out of content ideas is to know your repeatable brand messages. I bet you're like, okay, Chayla, what the heck are repeatable brand messages? Your repeatable brand messages are the little pieces of advice, inspiration, or education that you share with your audience on repeat. Knowing your repeatable brand messages is so important because it helps you become more consistent. It helps you become known for your message because your audience is hearing it over and over again. And it helps you come up with unlimited ideas for content. I say repeatable brand messages because whenever you put out a piece of content, not everybody in your audience is gonna see it. And so you have to post that content over and over again to ensure more people see it. And even if somebody has seen it or seen it in a different format, they might need reminding until it actually clicks for them. They might be a reader, or they might like video, or they might like podcasting. So the more ways you can repeat your message, it just ensures more people will hear it and more people will take action based on what you're saying. I'm gonna share with you 3 different categories that your repeatable brand messages can fall into, just to help you come up with ideas on what your repeatable messages actually are. The first category that your messaging might fall under is the reason why you started your business. And when I say that, I mean, why did you become an entrepreneur in the first place? And why did you settle on this particular business and these particular customers to serve? This is the place where you talk about your big dream for the future, what you really want for your customers, and the kind of world that you're trying to create with your business. Having repeatable messages in this category is so important because it builds connection and it actually helps you come up with so many content ideas that can be applied to anything that happens in your life or any interaction that you have with a potential customer. You can always trace it back to one of these points. Content in this category could be encouragement or a motivation of some sort. It could even be to provide a little context and an example for you. One of the reasons why I started my business in branding is because I want to help entrepreneurs really take pride in who they are, be confident in who they are, and show up as they are. I incorporate that into my content in so many different ways. I can take the idea of show up as you are, and I can create a piece of content about the mindset of showing up as you are, or ways to show up as you are, or content to create that is true to who you are, how to make connections that feel good with who you are, how to turn away clients that don't jive with who you are. I can create so many different messages and pieces of content around the idea of showing up as you are. And when you have this message, it can help you create so many different ways to show what's possible for your customers and clients. The second category that your brand messaging could fall into is actually your brand personality. This is by far my favorite category because it's the most fun to play around with. The way you go about figuring out the brand messages in this category is to think about each part of your personality and how they play a role in your overall brand. Imagine each part of your personality as its own person. It has its own personality traits, skills, expertise and strengths, core values, and advice that they give. And as you profile each part of your personality, hone in on identifying that advice that they give, because that's where you're gonna find your repeatable brand messaging. One of the parts of my brand personality is actually a personality that is a detective. As a detective, the kind of advice that I give is that you can find the answer to any problem. You already know the answer, or you already have the tools to find that answer. If I'm struggling for a content idea and I look at the repeatable message of you have all the tools to find the answer, then I can come up with ideas about how to get to know your ideal customer. Here are the things you already know about them based on the testimonials you have. Or here's what you already know about them based on where you were 5 years ago. Or here's different ways to connect with them based on what you know about them already. I can just take that you already have the answer and use it as a lens to come up with more content ideas. Just to make it a little bit meta for you, this video is an example of my repeatable brand message of you already know the answer. Each part of this video is actually drawing on messages that you already have that you just haven't written down or identified. You already know how to create unlimited content ideas, you just haven't discovered it yet. Just to make it a little meta for you. If you made it this far in the video and you're finding value in what you've seen so far, please hit the subscribe button. That way you never miss another video from me, which I share even more tips to help you build your brand online. Now, let's get into the last tip. Another category that your repeatable brand messages can fall into is your audience's struggle and pain points. The way to come up with your repeatable brand messages for this category is to identify what your audience is struggling with. What are they having a problem with? These can be big problems or small problems. How can you let them know that they're not alone in having this problem? And how can you share a solution to this problem that can help them overcome it? As a business owner, I just want to make sure you're aware that if one of the things that they're really struggling with is something that you sell as a service or a product, definitely mention it in this category and have repeatable messaging around what you sell. Also, you can share what kind of things do they need to know or be aware of or think about to solve the problem for themselves. You can always teach them awareness or a mindset shift, or share a tool with them that will help them overcome what they're struggling with. Again, to make it super meta for you guys, one of my repeatable brand messages is that as a business owner, as a brand, you need to have repeatable brand messages. Whenever I can't come up with content, this is something that I can rely on and share a piece of content, either sharing with them that you need to repeat yourself or sharing a piece of content about how to discover your repeatable brand messages, or I can even share content about how to repurpose things to use on different platforms to share your repeatable messages. This is just another example of how this one idea of having repeatable brand messages can create unlimited amount of content. So those are 3 categories that can really help you hone in on your repeatable brand messages so that you never have to run out of content ideas again. As you can see from the examples I gave you, your repeatable brand messages don't need to be complicated. They are just short and to the point, and that way you can take them and use them to draw inspiration for your next piece of content. It makes it so much easier to have this deck of repeatable messaging that you can rely on whenever you don't have an idea about what to post. To do a recap, my number 1 tip for you to never run out of content ideas is to know your repeatable brand messages. You can do this by asking yourself why you decided to start this business, which ways you can incorporate your personality into your brand, and what kind of things your ideal customer is struggling with. All these things can help you come up with inspiration for your next piece of content. Having repeatable brand messages is one of the surefire ways that you can build a brand that is unforgettable and makes people sold on you before they even hear what you have to offer. If you are ready to build your brand and take your brand to the next level, grab my free Badass Brand Roadmap. It's a 10-step process that will help you identify the parts of your brand that you need to highlight in order to attract more customers into your programs and services. To grab your free roadmap, just click the link below in the description, enter your name and email, and I will deliver the brand roadmap straight to your inbox. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps other people see this content. And if you want to see more videos about branding, mindset, and personal growth, please hit the subscribe button. In the comments below, I would love to hear one of the repeatable brand strategies that you discovered during this video. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.